Hi guys, it's Nandi. Welcome back to Valiant Living, Vibrant, Authentic Living. Let me ask you though, how often do you walk? How often do you walk these days? Because I know many of you have cars, many of you have jobs that you go to the office at 9 o'clock and you sit around the desk and you don't get up unless you're going just to have some lunch or maybe to go to the bathroom, and then work ends at 5, you get back in the car, you drive home, you pretty much stuck in the couch, right? So it's sedentary. Most of our lives these days are sedentary lives. We don't walk nearly half as much as our parents, our grandparents, our ancestors did. They had to walk because the transportation was not as accessible as it is for us. They certainly did not all own cars. Some of them didn't even have access to the public transportation, right? So they had to walk pretty much. So you can just imagine, you live in the village, you had to be walking, they had to walk to the river, to the spring to get water and back, several trips, right? Walk to get food, whether it's in the fields or from the trees or wherever, or walking to the market. You'd walk to the market and walk back in many cases. So even the children, our parents and grandparents used to tell us they had to walk to school, miles to school, anywhere from 1, 2, 3 to even 10 miles. That's one way. Walk to school in the mornings and walk back from school, right? Even when I was going to school, when I was going to all age school, we walked to school. I lived about, I would say about a mile from school. Yeah, about a mile from school. Walk to school and walk home for lunch sometimes, walk back to school, walk home again in the evenings. So, and when I went to high school, so I lived in Red Hills. My high school was like many miles away, down in the city. So, but because the bus was so terrible, we hardly could get the bus sometimes. Many times I had to get something to the foot of the hill and walk up the hill home, walk off the hill in the mornings, many times. So, walking has always been an integral part of my life and still is. I enjoy walking. I've never owned a car. I've had my driver's license for a number of years now, but never actually owned a car, that I was driving regularly. Know how to drive, have a driver's license and all of that. Hoping soon to get a car, but never had one before. So even when my children were pretty young, when they were babies, if I was going to the supermarket, I'd be walking up with them, walking back down with the bags, and as my children came, some were toddlers, some a little older, maybe a baby in my arms, with the bags with them, ushering them along the road. So people used to call them my handbags. People used to say, where are your handbags? They're always with you. If people saw me in the community without any of my kids, they would have to stop me and say, where are your handbags? We hardly ever see you without them. All 4 of them, wherever I'm going, they're going. If we're going to the library, we walk to the library from home, walk back. Going to the supermarket, we walk. Most times. Anywhere we're going, shopping center, we'd walk and walk back. And so, it kept us active, it kept us healthy. And when I started, even more recently, going to university in Kingston. The university is located a good way from the bus stop, so I would be walking down, walking back up in the evening. That was a regular part of my routine. And when I'm walking, I walk very brisk. I always tell my students, when you're on the road walking, people must look at you and say, this is somebody important, this is somebody who is going somewhere important. You must be walking brisk and strong and stepping firm like you're going somewhere. You can't be, just like you're going on a Sunday stroll. Your steps must be quick and firm. You're going somewhere, and that's how I walk, briskly, wherever I'm going. So, and in the mornings now I do my laps, and I mainly walk. It feels so natural to me. I don't feel natural when I'm jogging for some reason. And when I'm walking, I'm releasing. I'm getting ideas, I'm freeing my mind, I'm getting ideas, and I'm also releasing some of the pent-up emotions, tensions, just tossing them out there into the air. While I'm walking, I'm thinking, I'm meditating, I'm seeing my visions clearly, what I plan for that day, what I plan for the week, what I plan for the rest of my life, which might change, but always have a plan. Always have a plan ahead of you, working with. If it changes, it changes. Change it over for another plan, but always have something working towards. Right? So, yeah, think about your own situation. How often do you walk? I have a staircase leading up to the school, so I'm always climbing the stairs, always going up and down the stairs, right? Some of us, we prefer to take the elevator all the time. We don't even challenge ourselves and say, all right, this time I'm just going to take the stairs. I don't have any heavy bags, I don't have anything carrying, I'm not in a hurry. Let me take the stairs. If it's even once a day, once a week, take the stairs. Right? Even when I was pregnant, all my 4 pregnancies, I was a walker. Up and down, up and down. And people always said to me, you make this look so easy, because when I went into labor, I would just have my baby and come out, no complications. And I think it had a lot to do with how active I was during my pregnancies. And people always told me, you make it look so easy. People would call me like a day after I delivered, 2 days after I delivered. They'd call me on the phone and I'd be talking. And, talking and mention the baby, and I said, you had baby? You don't sound like somebody who just had a baby. You just sound normal, energetic, just so frisky. You don't sound like someone who just delivered a baby. And walking isn't the only factor that contributed to that, but I think it is one of the factors. Staying active, staying brisk, up and down, allowing your body to have that movement, as opposed to just always sitting or lying down, not being active. I was always active, and still now, up and down, up and down the stairs, up and down the pathway, up and down. So, and I always, once I'm able to walk, I will take that option, right? And I don't wear heels, so it's not an issue for me. I don't like heels, so whatever footwear I have on is usually very conducive to walking. Whether my sandals, my flip-flops, my national shoes, or my flip-flops, or even my wedges, because that's the highest kind of shoes I'll wear, the wedge, right? And it has to be a thick wedge, not anything nothing too, it mustn't taper any at all, right? It must be an actual thick wedge, not too high, right? So it's conducive to walking. Anywhere I'm going and I can walk, I will walk, right? So it's something that I highly recommend. If it's even to get up and walk around your little office, just walk around the departments, you know. I know your boss, you're worried your boss is gonna say, oh, you have time on your hands. So you have time to be walking around the department, huh? Well, let's hope that doesn't happen. Do it when your boss isn't looking. Because your boss might think you have a little too much time on your hands. So when your boss isn't looking, just get up and walk around the department, you know. Walk around your little office, your little cubicle. Get your blood flowing. Get your energy going, you know. Walk in the open air. During your lunch break, don't be clustered up in the cafeteria. Stay in the building. Get some sunshine. If it's even 10-15 minutes of sunshine, fresh air, expose your system to that, right? And give it that kickstart. Alright, so this is Nandi signing off. I'll catch you in other videos where we talk about valiant living, vibrant, authentic living. Catch you